Focus Up Show every Saturday, 9 a.m.
Tap in or tap out. Top of the morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning?
Top of the top.
Great.
Doing great.
Miss First Lady, how's your week?
Great. I can't complain. Thank you. Hope all is well with you fellas.
That's what's up, Mr. Walt.
Man, I'm up. I'm feeling good. I feel like Goku when he defeated Frieza. Dragon Ball Z. Let's go.
That's what's up, Mr. Nice Guy. How you doing over there? How was your week?
Doing fine. Just working crazy. Was working till midnight yesterday, so
That's right. Programming. Mr. El Pooh. How was your week, my brother?
Stressful as always, but I'm still here, so everything's good.
That's what's up. Another day to try to figure it out.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? That's what's up. Welcome y'all to the Focus Up Show. It's October the 8th, 2022. Beautiful Saturday morning. And as always, I appreciate y'all liking and subscribing to the channel and share as well. And
let me say one thing before we start the show. Last night again, we had the Friday Night Live. I did something a little different. I sent out the link on Facebook. A few tapped in, but you got to click in and enter the studio. I got a lot of hits this morning. People didn't know how to get in, but I just invited everybody for the Friday Night Live. We did the show again. We stayed home. We got drunk on the air. Nobody got behind the wheel. We talked our stuff. We had a great show. How we do the slogan, Mr. El Pooh?
Don't drink and drive. Stay home and go live. Smoke a blunt and get high because you really don't want to die.
Exactly.
That's what's up. Salute to y'all brothers. And I think we got a guest on today, a returning guest. His name is Mr. Born Allah, better known as
Born, baby. I call him Sweet Daddy Grace.
Yeah, Sweet Daddy Grace.
Sweet Daddy Grace.
My handle, man.
Yes.
But Mr. Born Allah, how you doing,
good
Mr.?
AM. Peace. What's good, people?
That's right.
And that's all. That's all respect, sir. Because I don't call nobody daddy, but I know that's your mantra.
I dig it.
I know that's your mantra.
He's a grown-ass man.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I come in my Father's grace. That's what it's all about. I come in my Father's grace. So
Here we go.
But I appreciate y'all having me back, though, man. How's everybody doing?
Cannot complain, my brother.
Good. I'm regular unleaded, man. So with gas prices, I'm high.
That's what it is. That's what it is, y'all. Well, it looks like I'm having some technical difficulties, so y'all bear with me. If I tap out, then y'all continue on. But we're gonna jump into the news, man. We got Nick Cannon out there putting in some more work, making 2 more babies. What y'all think about that situation?
Here's the thing with Nick Cannon. He has 9 children. And then he has 2 more on the way. Before this year is up, he'll have 2 more. So that's 11 if my math is correct. But to me, that's insanity. Now I know people who got a shit load of kids. Damn. I'm already fine. I know. I know people who got a lot of kids. This is how I feel. It's impossible to be there for all those children if you're not in their household. That's how I feel about it. I think what he's doing is plumb insane, ridiculous. And he's broadcasting it, and it's just making a mockery of the whole being a black father in the United States. I ain't with it at all.
Well, I'm gonna tap in on it, man, because I have a couple of people, man, that's around me that have double-digit children. I have one brother, man, elder of mine, who has 15 children by 3 women. Another brother of mine who has, I think, about 12 or 13 with 1. And then I have another brother, I don't know how many baby moms he got, but he about 16 kids. He just had another one just recently. So I think with Nick Cannon, I guess financially we can all agree that we know he can take care of them. And like Walk said, a lot of it is, are you in a position to nurture these relationships? But I think as a people, we have a tendency of thinking things traditionally post slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a history of having, a lot of times, man, historically, man, the amount of children you had was your wealth. So I think a lot of times we don't consider it. I also know how difficult it is to raise a child and be in a child's life outside of the home. But when you talk about somebody who has the resources like you do, the financial resources, who are we to say that he doesn't have the capabilities to have and nurture these relationships with these children? So I think a lot of times the perspective we come with comes too traditional, based off of what we know the family structure to be. And I think based off of where we at in society, the way our youth is, we could definitely say and maybe even question what we think is correct may not be the case, because look at where we at as a people right now, especially with our youth, that these traditional things that we think supposed to be may not be working. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not
But
mad at Nick. I'm not mad at Nick. But like I said, the key is that are you in a position to nurture him? And a man with those resources, he may have the power to do that.
does anybody else want to? Let's go ahead. Let everybody chime in because I feel where you coming from.
Well,
But
well,
I
my
mean,
take on it is this. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. No, well, I'll say this. Look, my concern is that if everybody's on the same page, this will always work. You know what I'm saying? If the mothers are cool with each other, if the fathers got this type of exposure, but I mean, if you got these completely different households where things can get competitive, I mean that can be reckless. But but children are absolute blessings. So I appreciate the ability to interact and to produce more seed and do what you need to do. But if you can't basically be um, an impacting figure on your child, you know what I'm saying, then it's problematic. I mean, I was a person that I was married before, got divorced, and the situation was there'd be one set of rules at that house and then a different set of rules at this house. And I can only imagine how crazy that could be with a whole bunch of households. So that's my issue.
You make a great point though, people, because and I'm not familiar with all his baby moms, but I know just recently in the news, one of his baby moms was being chastised online for having babies with him again after the fact, after he's had these other kids. And I think when you start talking about the partnership that exists amongst the baby, because he's in a poly relationship, that's basically what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? This is a poly relationship. So there probably is some type of camaraderie amongst these women that exist that we're not privy to. And you have to think, if he's able to do that, then that just helps him keep the relationships alive and being able to give him access to his children at a level that we're not privy to, so it goes back to him being able to be in these children's lives. Now, if these women are understanding him, understanding this relationship, and are coexisting and working together as a unit, I'm telling you,
you
it might
breaking
be.
up, Born.
I'm,
Breaking up,
can you hear
Born.
me? Oh, okay. How about now?
Yeah. It's good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, if there is a partnership that exists amongst these baby moms, I think that, what we're questioning might really exist, especially if there's a partnership going on. Because, like we said, the key is, and the problem I think everybody have here is, can you have a decent relationship with all these children? And if these women are understanding what we're in and are in partnership and, and being cohesive with each other, how can we say that they're not going to be successful in that? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the issues is the deceit that takes place that women have issues with. But when you are truthful and honest about what you want and what you're doing and allow a woman to make their own mind up, I think, things work out a lot better. And that's something that I learned later on. It's the deceit that the women will start, keying your car and stuff about. But when you up front,
JC,
and telling them how you get down, that's just what it is, man. They'll
All
make up their own mind. Don't make up their mind for them. And that's the key.
right.
Yeah,
Where you at?
my screen keep blinking in and out. So if I black out, it's because I'm having issues out here. But my take on that, yeah, if he could financially support them, more power to him. But at the same time, trying to be there physically, for special events that can get kind of complicated, But that situation is gonna be hard to get around. And like Bowen was saying, the baby moms, as things progress, you know, people hearts change, people mindset change, so it gets tricky. The more kids you have, man, you can't. It's hard to say that you're gonna have a 100% smooth transition, um, while you're continuing to have more kids, and you come to the point to where you say, okay, how many is enough?
8 is enough.
Where you at, Lady J?
My take on it, when I think of Nick Cannon and all his children, I think of he has his own version of Planned Parenthood. So I just assume he has a plan and he's sticking to his plan, and the women are okay with it. As long as the children happy and he's happy, I really don't have a say so. I just feel like he's trying to help the black babies multiply. It's his decision. That's his choice, and I can't complain about what he's doing.
See, everybody is putting this in some type of vacuum. Like, okay, that's him. That's what he want to do. Listen, we're a black community. What he doing is absolutely ridiculous. The reason why is because he's putting it out there. We know about this because he's advertising this. Yeah, look at me. I'm at another baby shower, another baby. He taking pictures like that with the baby bump, all that. We at the beach. Yeah, this is a different one. This is insanity what he's doing, and it's bad for our community. Yeah.
Yo, Walk, I think you are allowing the stigma that white society puts on the black males and our, fraternity, fertility. Planned Parenthood and those clinics, you don't see those type of things in white neighborhoods where you can go get an abortion and, bend a corner like a couple of blocks away and go get an abortion. You don't see those things in white neighborhoods, and I think society, especially white society, puts a stigma on us when we're with our sexuality, with us, multiplying. Like they put this thing on us, like it's not good for us to multiply, in fear that they're going to be wiped off the planet. And I think that's what you're carrying a lot of, man, in taking it like that, because, like I said, especially somebody like that who has the finances, the resources, and the support of the women that he's having the children with. Like, we're talking about a dynamic that a lot of us in this room right now are not privy to. You know what I'm saying?
Course,
and I say give him a shot. You know what I'm saying? I said let's see what this goes and stuff, man. Because
I mean, we're gonna have to see where it goes. But I know this. This is my impersonation of Mariah Carey. She like this. Look, y'all too. You stay the hell away from young brothers and sisters y'all have with Nick Cannon, because they ain't gonna be ass, and they gonna be begging from your ass. That's my impersonation of Mariah Carey. Them kids ain't gonna even know they brothers and sisters. I promise you that.
What you got to say, Opu?
I got one thing to say. For every rapper that dies, Nick Cannon has a new child.
Let's just hope they don't rap, because he can't rap.
I'm done with this show. Crazy, bro.
Nick Cannon is single-handedly helping the black population stay afloat.
There you go.
That's what it is. And after that, it's none of my business.
It's our business. Trust me, people. These are the kids.
Aren't you the guy that's talking about multiple wives and stuff?
I'm with that. That's under one roof. No, we did. Wait, Born. Yeah, check this out, Born. We did have a show on polygamy. Should we? I forgot the title, but should women consider polygamy? I feel if you're in the same household, see, that's how they was doing it in Africa. How many wives you can support that and children you should have. Some men have 80 wives with a million kids or whatever out there. Now, if he's doing it like that, he got some big mansion with all the women got their rooms and everything is living in one happy family. I feel that would be good for the black society. That's where I'm coming from. Because of course he gonna do what he want to do because he a millionaire and he living around. He's a young, good-looking cat, and women do, I guess, want him. Like, I understand it because women want me all the time. It's freaking crazy. It's kind of hard.
On that note, we're gonna keep it pushing. We're gonna jump into our topics of the weekend, and our first topic of the weekend is is Christopher Scarver a hero?
Mm.
And if all you don't know, that's the person that, chipped off Jeffrey Dahmer.
I think he's a hero, but not for the reasons you might think. He is the person that JC says so eloquently, chipped off. I like that. Chipped him off. Good too. And he talked to him before he did it. Yeah, so the movie Dahmer is out, but this is why I think he's a hero. He has a son that only knew his father from being in jail. His son is Christopher Scarver Jr. His son was going through the system and he started acting up. And he finally said, I'm gonna reach out to my dad, and wrote his dad, and his dad wrote him back. And his father put some powerful words in his ear. He talked to his son and got him on the right track. And guess what? 50% of all inmates, 50%, their children will also be incarcerated at one time. So there was a ex-warden, a warden who started a program, corrections education, where they send a child to college free of charge. And Christopher Scarver's son was one of those children.
Ooh,
that
nice.
he graduated and he got his college degree and was on the right track. That's why Christopher Scarver is a hero, in my opinion, and because he chipped off Jeffrey Dahmer.
So he was able to have pretty good influence without not necessarily being around his kid, right?
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't have to be the same household.
Who won it? Yeah. That he had to do that. He had to. Come on now. Go ahead.
Well,
Where we at with this?
I don't see him as a hero, for killing somebody. I don't see nobody a hero for killing anybody. But at the same time, I saw it coming, and I was just curious on, who was gonna be the one to do it, But at the same time, yeah, like I said, I don't see him as a hero, but I do see things unfolding to where the guys, what's his name? Excuse me, Christopher Scarver, his son is able to benefit off of his father's choice, and I guess something positive you could say came about that situation. It wasn't all negative.
I would love to add to it. Considering him a hero might be not what I would say, but he was definitely an instrument in karma and justice. He got somebody, huh?
I said, give him a horn.
Yeah, he was an instrument. He was an instrument in that karma and that justice that was bound to happen to that man. When you start talking about a hero, it might be a little bit far-fetched because prior to him killing Dahmer, he was in jail for murdering some people, and we don't know the circumstances that he murdered them in. If them people deserved it, like I'm almost certain the people that he killed to get in jail probably didn't deserve that. So
it was only one person he killed.
Really? I thought it was two. Because I watched that same special about it. Oh, you taking notes, man. Well, correct me when I'm wrong. Correct me and check me when I'm lying.
The standards. He trying to front.
Right.
Hey, he only killed one person. Come on.
Okay. So like I said, he was just an instrument in karma that was going to come on homie regardless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, based off of what he did and how he got down. I don't know who's been in the penal system, but everybody is reading everybody's jackets and everybody know what everybody's doing, and people, as soon as he put them two kids on his list, them two 14 years old, he had a target on his back because you're not going in jail being no child molester, killer, rapist. Those people got targets on their back. They usually go on PC anyway. You know what I'm saying? So he had that target on his back coming in just with, killing them two 14-year-olds that he had on his list alone, let alone all those black folks.
Well, Dahmer did choose to go back into general population because they did have him on 24-hour lockdown, just in his cell, keep away, and all that stuff. But he chose after he got baptized, but he was in making a mockery of the people he killed. He was making food and putting ketchup on it, like making it look like dead bodies and chopped up bodies. So it was a lot that Dahmer was doing. He wanted to die. He got what he asked for. So I feel that man's a hero. I feel and he did justice because there was a lot of black families who didn't get no justice. a person getting a life sentence is really you get acclimated to prison life. So he was just gonna live a nice cushy life, and he'll probably still be alive right now. So he did get justice, like you said earlier. You could have worded better than I did. The instrument of God. Yeah,
he was an instrument of karma.
instrument of karma.
Oh,
Horn and woke up, huh?
Better late than never, Lady
how you
J.
feel about it, First Lady?
I don't feel like he's a hero, and I do just feel like it was a karma situation. Just came back to him. I don't have much to say other than I believe Scarver did kill 2 people. I believe he killed Jesse Anderson as well, but I don't feel like he's a hero.
That's
How
what's
does
up.
my
Correct
cousin
me.
always my cousin always say, you got a computer in your hand? Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna look it up. Make sure I'm
Please
talking.
look it up, Scholar, and let us know, Mr. Scholar. Help us
Like,
out.
take that fade, boy.
I'm with
Take that fade.
it.
Mr. El Poo, you got anything to add to it?
Well, for what he did for his son, he was obligated to do anyway. And no father should be rewarded for doing what you're supposed to do.
Word.
So, as far as killing Jeffrey Dahmer, I mean, hey, he just got his hands on him. He was probably the one that he was just that one. Now he's not. He's not a hero to me. I didn't even know the man's name, to be honest with you. I mean, until we started talking about it here.
That's what's up. That's what's up, y'all. We're gonna move on to our next topic. Kind of falls hand in hand with this situation we're dealing with. Topic we talking about. Do you agree in capital punishment?
All right, so let me jump on that one.
Piggyback
So,
right here.
I fundamentally do believe in capital punishment as far as certain things that you do warrant, your demise. That said, I don't believe in capital punishment as something that would be conducted by the government, because my concern is about the innocence. If one innocent gets caught up in that practice, then that pretty much will undo my willingness to be for it. So that's why I do not support it as far as what the nation does. But yes, again, you cross that line, you probably need to be taken out. That's my position.
Well,
If I can add on, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
no, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, go.
My son right now goes to Howard University. He's a political science major. He's about to graduate, going on to law school. Just did his internship in Atlanta for a civil rights company. Got his first client paroled after being in for 14 years. So I've had this discussion with him, and very similar to nice guy, I believe in capital punishment in the sense of that you do certain things, you're supposed to get that work. The problem is that when you look at our judicial system as it pertains to Black people and how we're railroaded and misused within the judicial system, it's hard to support the death penalty when you know how our people are misused and done in the judicial system. So until we're able to correct that factor, whereas when we're tried fairly, it's kind of hard to support it, because you could look at the history of us being killed, from the death penalty and any other charges, that we face. It's just hard to support the death penalty when you know how the judicial system does our people. It's just hard to support it. But like the brother said, fundamentally, I'm with it. You take a life, you should pay with your own. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I get it, but it's just hard to support it when we're railroaded and done the way we're done in this judicial system. It's just hard to support.
Yeah, to piggyback off of Mr. Nice Guy and what Bourne just said, like I say, I do believe eye for eye, in that type of situation. But like I said, to piggyback what Bourne and Mr. Nice Guy said, as far as how we're being railroaded in the system, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of people, innocent people, that didn't slip through the cracks, and fall victim to the I guess the corrupt system that we're dealing with.
I'm gonna say it like this. I agree with what all three of you guys just said. Eye for an eye. I do feel that this is an imperfect system. I went through that imperfect system. They had a guy who got on the stand and pointed me out and said, I shot at him 3 times within 20 to 15 feet. I'm that bad of a shot. Come on, man. He got up there and straight lied. And I could have got convicted. That's why I took that messed up deal. I had to. That's what's going on in our penal system today, the judicial system, the judicial system we got going on today. So I'm with it, but it shouldn't, not in this system we got here. Because people are getting found innocent for stuff that they did freaking 20 years ago. Oh man, we made a mistake. Yeah, but you just did 20 years in prison. Okay, give them $100,000. Man, that ain't worth it. It's messed up and it's not cool. So yeah, it shouldn't be any type of capital punishment in these United States.
I would have to agree as well. And Emmett Till is a prime example of why we shouldn't have to deal with capital punishment. I know, for people that believe in the Bible, they believe in thou shalt not kill. And I feel like it doesn't make you any better than the next person if you turn around and kill someone. And furthermore, you're on a death penalty, you're on there for years. That gives them enough time to be tortured and think about what they did. Some people don't have remorse, but there are some innocent people. And I'm just going to leave it at, look at Emmett Till, and he didn't even kill anyone.
That's real.
Hey, prison ain't that bad. You'll get used to it. You'll be like, well, all right, what I'm gonna do today? Play some chess, read a book, kick it, talk shit. So a lot of people thinking like a life sentence is just toe up. Like we think about it like that because we're free.
So you okay with doing life? So you just said prison not that bad.
Let's be serious. What I said was you will get acclimated to just being in prison. What I'm saying is it's not what people thinking like, oh my God, I gotta run for my booty today. No. What if you're a real one like me? So, but I'm saying no, check this out. What I'm saying is people do get adjusted to being in prison. So it's not, a death would be better. A death sentence would be better. But with the system we have, it's not perfect. So it's to be implemented.
Can't risk
a lot of cases. Right.
All right, y'all. We're gonna move on to the third topic of the day.
Have anything to say? Excuse me, I'm getting out this.
What you got, Elpo?
Yeah, all I got to say is let the punishment fit the crime, and the rich have privilege that poor folks don't, because it's a lot of people that needs to be in jail or be going to court or something right now, like a Brett Favre. Trump, but it is what it is. That's about all I got to say. And JC, keep on rolling, bro.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. We got a topic. I mean, comment up.
We got a comment. I don't want to see another day behind bars. From Babyface. I can't adjust to losing any more freedom. I know that
you read that just right.
Right. Another victim of the Los Angeles Unified School District.
Well, like I said, I'm experiencing some technical difficulties, man. My screen keep blinking on and off. So, if I black out, y'all already know what to do. We finna move on to the next topic. Birds of a feather flock together. Do y'all believe in that cliche?
Yeah. Let me start this one off. Yeah. I'm not going to be long. But the thing I got to say is this. If you don't believe that, do you see buzzards and doves flying together?
Okay.
They
not
don't.
Yet.
So, yeah, birds of a feather always flock together. It is what it is. And that's why it's been so, so much of a saying that's been around for so long, because it sticks and it works in almost any situation also.
Well, I'm going to say when I was younger, I heard that saying, and I could say when I was younger, yeah, that was true. But as I got older, I could say that it ain't true, because I can hang with certain peoples and not do certain things that they do, and still enjoy myself throughout the day or throughout the night. So I think it just depends on the individual. But like I said, yeah, when I was younger, yeah, that was true all the way. All the way. When I was in school, yeah, anybody I hung with, we all did the same thing basically, whether it was riding skateboards or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, as I got older, yeah, I kind of separated myself from certain things, and see, now I didn't have to do certain things that everybody else did just to be cool or just to hang out.
Well, remember,
Um,
you are judged by the company you keep too.
Indeed. But I think has a lot to do with how influential an individual is. As a 5%er, a lot of my elders used to always tell me, things like, if you're a bunch around a bunch of fools and you're not teaching, you become a fool.
Mm,
And a lot of it is about being influential on people and showing people a different way. I mean, you would have to think that if what if you're mentoring youth and all this group of individuals is young gangbanging types and you come into that circle, ex gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? You want to be influential to people. And sometimes you're going to go in groups. People learn in groups. You know what I'm saying? People learn in groups better than they do individually. So that term, in a sense, is true but there's always going to be one who's the best knower and one who's going to influence the flock. And there's going to influence the flock in a different direction. And sometimes if you're that person, you know what I'm saying, you can change the course of things. And just as being a
What?
young 5%er, I learned that to
You're in
be
the
true,
phantom zone. Born out loud, you in
you
the
know.
phantom zone, brother. You going in there.
Am
I
I
Let me
think
back
ask
that
yet?
that might have been your thing. We was hearing them just
Yeah,
fine.
he sounds good
yeah,
over here, bro.
yeah,
really?
I'm clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah,
freeze?
so
My bad.
just
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to be an influencer, you know what I'm saying? And you want to influence the masses, so sometimes you just have to you have to consider that sometimes, even when you're going to teach a group of young men, sometimes you want to get the eyes and the ears of the most influential in that group, so that when you can get his ear and influence him, he's going to influence the group. So it's really about the power of an individual and about the guidance that's taking place there. But like I said, when I hear this subject matter, I just think how the old guys used to always tell me, man, you be a bunch of around a bunch of fools and you ain't teaching, you're gonna become a fool. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? So
Point
facts.
to
X.
me,
Yes, sir.
that's how I see it.
Hey, excuse me, brothers and sisters. I wanted to jump in on this subject real quick and just speak my little quick piece. Some of us don't know the difference between a goose and a duck, and you consider yourself one of those, and you might be with the wrong flock. So you need to find the proper flock of a group of flocks that you're gonna flow with. That's gonna take you to a higher level. I just want to throw that out there that know who you hanging around because that's your flock and y'all are birds of a feather. If you don't want to be with them, with that flock, find you a new flock of birds to flow with. And I'm gonna jump back out of here. Thanks for letting me in.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Lady J.
I'm gonna piggyback off what Mr. Bourne said because I feel like I'm the influencer in my flock that I hang with, and they could pretty much agree. They actually like call me their therapist because I believe that I can uplift them. I have been very inspirational to my flock, although I don't do everything that they do. And when I see that they're doing things that I'm against, I try to encourage them to do opposite. They may talk mess, and people used to always say, "You guys are so different from night and day." But you still hang together, and we used to always hear the birds of a feather flock together. They do to a certain degree, and Born is absolutely right. It has to be that one person that's influencing, being the mentor, and motivating people to do better. Like I'm always that one that has my hand reaching up, trying to pull them up to my level. And I'm hoping that one day I'll have somebody that I can reach up and they can pull me up too.
So modest, so modest.
Facts.
Hey, well, I'm gonna quote an American poet, a great American poet by the name of PMD, aka Perry Smith. You hang with 9 broke friends, you're bound to be the 10th one.
Uh, we just had a comment up on the screen.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Show
Reading
me
is
your
fun.
friends. Show me your friends. I'll show you your future. But I can roll with you and have a different feather. Okay, meaning mindset / mentality.
Good stuff.
Facts.
Baby face, aka LeBread Trucker. Ain't you supposed to be on the road somewhere, brother?
Shout out Face.
Matter of fact, we
Look,
gonna y'all we done dissecting this topic, or we leaving anybody out? El Pooh, you tap in on it, or
Yeah, we finished or we done?
we
Started
there you
it.
go.
We done. We done.
Enough said. But we gonna run into these shout outs right quick. Yeah, Homies Way, Tunnel Vision, Black August Studios, Wukusu, Wake Up, Clean Up, Stand Up, Disney Magical Adventures, and La Brea Trucking, and Muhammad Meats. Appreciate
pause.
y'all tapping in with the Focus Up Show. And continue to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Kilo 2, Nola J. Y'all can continue to find all their music on all music platforms. Thank you, fellas, for tapping into the show. And guess we're
Wait,
gonna
Toppy Woppy got that new project out. The interview, Lil Sodi, what up? And just continue to support the show. Focus Up Show.
that's
Like,
what's up.
subscribe.
That's what's up.
The numbers is doing good, people. But yo, this is a black owned company, LLC support. What
Thank
you
you.
hey, and we got a own right here who got some music.
Exactly. I'm saying you can't talk about this is the perfect segue. We're talking about music. Yeah, you know.
Sweet
You saw I
Daddy
was over there
Grace.
quiet in the corner. I was like, man,
Talk to us. We'll talk back.
He got a new project out. What's up, baby?
Yeah, right now, you guys can always check out my stuff, man. I got a long catalog and stuff, man. Right now, I'm putting out this new joint called Six. It's SICKS that I'm about to drop soon, but I got a couple of singles out right now off of it. King's Theme and Behold the Son of Man is two joints that you can go and pick out right now. But check the catalog. Before that, I dropped Analog Baby, which was last year. And then also check out my new group. I have a conglomerate called AOD, Angles on Dope, produced by Shafiq Hussein of Cyrock Creative Partners, real popular producer, as well as TR Love from Ultramagnetic. And, so I get heavyweight people and stuff, man. So that single is out right now called We're Not the Same. And then the next single is about to drop as well called Conclusions that I'm featured on as well. So, check the catalog, peep me out. I appreciate you putting up all the things, man. You can go into these and find it. Go ahead to Spotify, type in the name Born Allah, and get you a couple of bars in there, man. I've been at it for a minute, all my people here, my peer group right here know about me. So, go ahead and check the catalog and see what it do. I appreciate y'all giving me the good look.
That's right. That's right. Low key. I want to let you do it.
Thank you.
That's what's up. That's what's up, y'all. We gonna move into the next topic. Do long distance relationships work?
Who want to start this off? Where we at? This was one of y'all topic. Who? Come on.
JC.
Speak on it.
Hey, I want to jump in and speak on it. I want to speak on the long distance relationship. I know, but
You got a long distance relationship with the show.
yeah, I was in a long distance relationship when I was in the Navy. I had me a half black, half Japanese girlfriend, and we was in a long distance relationship. When I was on the ship. She was in Japan, or she was a basketball player, so she was all over. But we had a good relationship for 2 years. Then when I got out the Navy, she came to America like 2 different times, and then it was a strain as far as the relationship goes. It's not. I know Mr. Kevin Samuels didn't consider it a real relationship until y'all was in the same city. So I tried to convince her to come to the same city. It didn't work out. So I think long relationships aren't a good thing. I think once you decide to be with somebody, you make your way to that person's city and be with that person. That's my opinion on it, because that's how you can really tell and see what's really real. And one last point, my daughter, she was in a long distance relationship, but now they live in the same city, trying to figure it out. So hopefully they'll get it figured out and move forward in that relationship. But that's my take on long distance relationships.
That's
I
what's up.
think
Well,
distance relationships can only go so far. It leaves too much open gaps for each individual to do what they want to do. You only can enjoy it for so long. You know, you don't get to go out on dates and just be more intimate with the person from afar. So it will only work for so long. Kind of like Mr. X said, once you're in the same city, you can pretty much see where the relationship is going to go. It feels like it works from afar because you're not seeing each other on a regular, so you tend to miss each other and probably yearn for each other. Um, but at the same time, who wants to be in a relationship where you cannot physically have that person by your side when you want them and need them physically?
Yeah, don't get catfished.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say in the beginning, I think they can work, but as time go on, like Bourne was saying, um, each individual need to kind of find their way to each other to figure it out. Because doing it over the phone, writing, it's only so much you can get up out of a person when it comes to that, and especially when you're trying to get physical. So I don't know how that's going to work when it comes to that type of issue as well, but like I said, long distance relationships, I would give that like 30 to 60 days tops before something start falling apart. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to put it real quick. I want to put it out there. One brother told me the longer the distance, the better relationships.
Hey, that can work, man.
We gotta stop playing around. Y'all been watching too much movies, The Notebook, all that crap. No, listen, long distance relationships don't exist. What it is a hookup when you in town. That's what that is. I done had a few long distance relationships. When I'm in your city, that's when we're in a relationship. Okay?
Wow.
Word is bar.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Yeah.
mean, a relationship. Let's just deal with the definition of the word relationship. That means that you guys are together. So if you're in two different places, you guys are not together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one thing like, hey, I got to go and work over here for 6 months, or I'm doing a short bid, and you got somebody riding a bid with you. But just in case of we're in a relationship, I'm you over here and you live in Tupelo, Mississippi. It just ain't realistic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think long distance relationships. I'm starting to think about all the ass I can get while you up over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not realistic. It's not what a relationship is. If you guys, I could see, hey, I was over here working one time. I met the sister. I went back to my town. We're still nurturing the relationship. But at some point or another, you guys have to be together. Like, to say that we're going to be in a relationship for the duration of the relationship and we're in two totally different places, that's not a relationship and it's not realistic.
Facts.
Just like
Indeed.
that.
Well, let me say it like this. Unless you were like married or been in a long-term relationship and you got separated because somebody had to went to jail or something like that, or had to go out of town, or went to the military, you got shipped off or something like that. Other than that, a long distance relationship is only going to benefit in two ways. One, somebody's supporting somebody financially or emotionally. That's the only thing you have is emotional relationship or a financial, relationship. That's all.
Where that horn at for El Poo? Oh, I bet it comes
Where
quick. Y'all see his horns come quick because he's got control of the horn.
He on point.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So, anybody else got anything else to add to that?
Hey, I want to let's dive a little bit into what a relationship is. When you say, "Hey, you're gonna be my girlfriend, and I'm gonna be your boyfriend," is that a relationship?
Will you go with me?
Yeah, will you go with me? Is that a relationship, or is
That's
that
a good point, though? That's a good point because there's levels to it. I mean, even if you talk about like how Bourne says that, it's only going to be physical when you're there. I mean, you still networking, you still having an interaction. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all have a long distance relationship. You know what I'm saying? It ain't intimate, but I'm just saying it. So there's levels to it. So it's just like you know.
Pause. Say pause. Say pause. Say pause.
Hey man, is your cellmate still waiting for you?
Oh man,
That long distance
man,
relationship working.
come on, Mr. Nice Guy. He throwing them little sneak shots
Yeah.
out there.
Ain't so nice. Ain't so nice.
Come on, Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh man, no wonder he misspelled nice on his name.
Yeah.
That state spelled backwards.
You got to watch that guy, Mr.
Right.
Mr. Nice Guy. You got to watch it.
Hey, but here's how it goes. Like as far as like, I've been in relationships where women have been out of town and things of that nature. I done flew out. How they say the new saying? Got flowed out, or whatever. I done got flowed out before Florida.
You got tricked on. Somebody tricked on you.
I'm telling you, Cannon, I know what you're going through, baby. Anyway, but I'm saying though, we had fun. We had a great time. We kicked it. We was in Florida. We did everything. It was like a relationship for the week I was out there. We did it all. But then it's like I'm back home, back to business, baby. I got a whole roster out here in Cali. So, and I don't know what she got going on out there. But that's
a fling, my man. That ain't a relationship. That's a fling.
Yes. Wait.
You just did the damn thing. That ain't a relationship.
Wait, but for that moment,
you see her baby pictures?
Wait, hold on. See, but I think that's what a lot of people get into this fantasy. See, some women, they like being in long distance relationships because they feel like I don't have to really be in a relationship with this guy. I don't have to be checking like, oh, is he cheating? Is he doing that? They have the mental that, oh, we're together. He's okay. He ain't doing nothing or whatever. It's just a facade. It's something. Hey, it's like hypnotizing yourself.
Walk, check this out. I know we ain't dialoguing on this one yet, but was that considered a one night stand?
No.
Because he's coming back for another night.
We're gonna speak on that one.
Hey, is that a topic today?
No, we ain't got on it yet. I think that's next week.
No, I'm gonna give y'all the definition of a one night stand because a lot of people get that. Wait, hold on. It's a lot of people that got that twisted on the one night stand.
Oh no, that's topic number 6. Let's keep it rocking and rolling, y'all.
Hold that one.
Yeah, let's keep it rocking and rolling.
Let me ask.
Hold on, JC is completely frozen.
Yeah. But I ain't touching it because we can still hear him.
Okay.
So I ain't touching it because we can still hear him.
He got a mug shot right there. That's a mug shot. My nigga looking hard than a mug.
Hey, I want to ask the first lady, have you ever been in a long distance relationship?
Have I ever been in a long distance relationship? Yes, I have.
Okay, can you speak on it from a woman's perspective? How serious was it, and how optimistic as far as the future was it for you as a lady?
It's of course challenging. As I stated before, you tend to yearn for the person more, especially if your heart is there. And there's no need in trying to do mind over matter. The fact of it is, if you call yourself loving that person, you want that person there with you. So it's not easy. Every woman, well, for me, I would say that I want the person there with me. I heard what Walk was saying that some women like being in long distance relationship. It gives them the opportunity to do what they want to do. No, I want to be the queen and I want my king to be right there with me in the same city and hopefully eventually in the same household.
That's what I'm talking about. She said she want her king to be right there with her, hopefully in the same household. That's what I'm talking about. Yep. So, Mr. Born Allah, brother, yes, I know a recording artist. I know you've been well traveled and been around. Have you experienced long distance relationships, brother?
Not nothing
Round
that
and
was
round.
realistic. Nothing that's been realistic. I mean, you have things where you keep the communication open so that, when opportunity comes up, I can knock again. That's about it.
Check
You
in.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
So you
that's
check
that's
you
really
check
what it
in. They
is.
won't say check in. You check in with the sisters. Huh?
Yeah, that's all you doing. You keep
That's a good one,
you
Jack.
keeping the communication open so that when opportunity comes up, that you could do whatever you want to do. But that whole, you're my woman, I'm your man, and you over there and I'm over there. I'm not even going to play that game, nor have I ever played that game. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
Wait,
not
wait.
realistic.
I
I'm
need
not
to
gonna
take.
play that
Wait,
game.
hold on. I want the fade with Born Out Loud with this.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Come get this work. Come get this
Yeah.
work.
You know
Here
what?
we go.
I think my brother is being very humble. He probably got his queen with him right there. Like, what been happening on tour? What been wait.
But what I'm telling you is that I've had
brother,
those.
I ain't done. What been happening on tour? I know you done toured. Listen, check game, because I done signed some autographs before. My rap career is like this compared to yours. I done had some perks, buddy. Keep it 100 on the Focus Up show, my brother.
No, I'm going to keep it 100. And a lot of this is my experiences, man, especially because, I had a record deal when I got out of high school. You know what I'm saying? So
Freedom got a shotgun. Go
yeah,
ahead,
exactly.
Yes,
so
sir.
like a lot of my relationship, the reason why my relationship with my oldest daughter's mom didn't work out was because of me being unfaithful and doing my things of that nature. So from experience, I've learned, you know what I'm saying? Like what it is, you know what I'm saying? So like a lot of the game that I'm spitting is coming from being a mess up as a young man. You know what I'm saying? And by far, my oldest baby mom was one of my best women. You know what I'm saying? I was lucky by choosing good women to have my children by. You know what I'm saying? But I always take complete responsibility in the weight of that relationship not working. That was my high school sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I've learned these things over the years that a lot of it is just, being honest about what you want as a man. And like I told you, like a lot of times, the issue with the sisters is that you're not being honest with it. It's the deceit that they, like I said, will get your car keyed up and your windows busted out your thing. You know what I'm saying? When you're making the decision for a woman, but when you're saying, hey, this is what I do, this is what I want, this is where I'm at with it right now, then they make their own decisions. I mean, we all gentlemen that's sitting here before, I know that you guys have been in relationships and had a side chick. And the reason why the side chick relationship works out because you was honest about your wifey at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, a lot of times it's about the honesty and telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's when you start lying and making deals and negotiating, that's when you're playing yourself. A lot of these young brothers, man, a lot of these young brothers, man.
Change the subject.
Y'all some horn thirsty, brother. Y'all horn thirsty. Give me a horn. Y'all horn thirsty. I feel like a drug dealer letting out horn. Okay, here, get your horn.
Yeah. Right. Change the subject.
Right. A lot of being a man is about being man enough to say what it is. Like not having that fear. A lot of these dudes, I had to learn that there's no consequence that a woman have that I fear. So what you gonna do? Stop seeing me? You're gonna stop having sex with me? Like, like that doesn't scare me. Like you're not gonna be with me no more. Half of the issue is that I got other women. So why would I be scared that you're gonna leave me? You know what I'm saying? Like
another horn, goddamn it.
Here we go. Let's get this horn. Stand on your horn.
We breaking records today.
This done turned into the Born Allah show. All right, nigga.
I got one on the hip. I'm ready. Say something. Born Allah. Say something. I got it.
Hey, salute.
Hey, good stuff, y'all.
Hey,
Good stuff.
the other reason why it works out with the side chick is because absence makes the heart founder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get with her, then it don't work out too. So.
and you don't have to be there. You don't have to stay there. Like,
they have that percentage rule is that you never leave your main thing for your side chick because that little 30% that she's giving you that's fulfilling the 70% that your woman ain't giving you. When you go over there, it's actually lesser than where you were at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a collective thing. You know
Hey,
what I'm
man,
saying?
you-
Like sometimes your side chick will keep your family together.
Excuse me, born online. You know we all LA unified. You just dropped some math on us. Could you say that again, brother? That's 70%, 40%. Come on, brother.
It's the 70-30 rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your main woman and the wife, you usually give you 70% of what you want. It's your side chick that's giving you that other 30, but people will make the mistake and go to their side chick. And when you get over there, it's just the 30% because she's not doing all the things that wifey was doing. All she was doing was, you know, that whoop wop that you needed that your wife wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? But your wifey was holding it down. She was cooking, cleaning, holding down the babies and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to your side chick, she doesn't have that skill set. That's you have to realize what her skill set was, and it wasn't what you chose for your woman and shit.
Hope y'all taking notes.
If y'all don't leave with nothing else, like JC said, I hope y'all taking notes. If y'all don't leave with nothing else, what that brother just dropped was deep as hell, brother. That's what shit. 70%. You go, and she got that other 30. You go to that one that's for that 30, thinking you're gonna get that 70. It ain't happening. Come on, man.
Hey, you see what that was? Wait, I'll bring that out. That's that going on tour.
A lot of this stuff, man, is honest.
Hey, salute, baby. Salute, boy, man. Salute.
And be smart enough to know not to tell the 70 what the 30 doing. You can tell the 30 what the 70 doing, but don't tell the 70 what the 30 doing.
You know, everybody play their game the way they do, man. You know what I'm saying? But this has just come from, you know, experience, man. Just and like I said, the power is in the truth, man. And when you're able to manipulate on the truth, man, and just being honest about what it is that you want and what you're doing, you know, things will usually work out for you in your favor, man.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. If your name wasn't Born on Allah, I would call you a pimp. Because that's
that brother make me want to enroll in college or something, man. I gotta do something. I need
that's them life experiences. Like, and that's what we all bring it to the table right here. This is how many 7 personalities, you know, I think Los Angeles Unified School District. 7 personalities.
Yeah, 4 minutes left in the show. We're gonna get to a little bit of small talk.
No, we don't.
Hey, remember, this is 2 hours.
All back in.
Yeah.
Penitentiary mug.
2 hours, brother. We got a special guest on the show,
That's
brother.
a hard pick. Hey,
we going 2 hours today, brother.
Yeah. Right.
We going.
Yeah, we ain't rushing. We still ain't dove into the one night stand. We got to talk about.
And we want
but that is a good picture. If you ain't frozen like that, I look hard as hell. Like.
It's a good thing you didn't freeze on you like digging in your nose or something.
Hey, we go.
Sorry, man. Take it back.
Hey, my screen's straight black, man.
Give him a horn. Give him a horn, cuz. You lucky you froze like that. It's a good look, big dog. It's a good look, my knot.
All right, we're gonna pause on the topic 5 and jump into some small talk with Kanye West. White Lives Matter T-shirt.
Y'all start.
Partner done lost his mind. You know, and we watch him go through these bipolar episodes. I mean, to be honest with you, I was initially a Kanye fan. You know, he's lost me in the last few years, and I know the brother ain't been the same since he lost his mom. And I think, you know, we just watch him, you know, at this point, man, he's just grabbing for, you know, the attention and the headlines and stuff like that to push these brands and stuff like that. You know, a lot of times you have these people and you see them online, you know, you might even have friends of yours like that online. You put a Facebook post and you got this person that always come with this abrasive opinion based off of your post. They want to go the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying? To bring light to them or attention. And a lot of times that what he be doing is just be these, grabbing for attention. Like, I'm going to do something so abrasive that now everybody is talking about me. So, and that's what he's doing right now. He's a talk of the town. Everybody, his name is everywhere. Like, come on, man. Like, this is, you know, to me, it's just clickbait. That's all it is, man. You know, and if you think it's anything else.
Watch this. Check this out. Remember when he was going through it with the guy who was stooping his wife from the Saturday Night Live show, Pete Davidson. What was he saying? I'm being treated like this is like the civil rights. I have no rights. This white man is with my children. I can't even see my kids. He was calling for the black community. And then you're gonna pop up with the White Lives Matter. Now you switch and you're a transformer. Y'all know what Transformers is.
With Candace.
And yes, it's not real. It's not real what they're doing, and that's why it's not respected. I don't respect nothing Kanye West do because it's all for attention. Look at me, look what's going on. You riding both sides of the fence. Is you with the black people? Is George Bush don't care about black people or White Lives Matter, brother? See, I'm not with none of that, what he's doing.
But let me drop this on you.
Wait, one more thing. And speaking of Nick Cannon, even though nobody brought up Nick Cannon, I feel the same way about Nick Cannon. I feel the same way about Nick Cannon. They're attention whores. They want the attention. Like even when one of Nick Cannon's children died, he was on a talk show talking about it like his head was kind of big. I knew something was wrong with him. It's not funny, man. And this is destructive in the black community. Where am I on that?
No. He just
Like
I'm
I said,
now.
Ditch them out.
Yeah, facts.
But let me throw this out here as well, though, just to give you another angle of it.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with the critiques and the criticism of the whole Black Lives Matters movement? The people misdoing funds,
Yes.
The actual true agenda and stuff like that. Now, you know, he could be calling that out because there is a whole campaign of black people who don't support Black Lives Matters and says that that's really like a white, you know, propaganda thing for whatever agenda that they're pushing.
White support.
Yeah, it's white supported agenda that really isn't about us. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that's come out about it. So it could also be a bipolar person trying to bring attention to that and just doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
There's the movement,
you know what I'm saying?
and there's the slogan. So a lot of people have always been sort of like distinguishing, like, look, we know the movement is doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like LGTB, you know.
Right.
Again, that movement is one thing, but I mean the slogan. We're just talking about the principle of it.
Right. And I think that's really what, you know, he may have been trying to push as far as like, hey, that agenda was X, Y, and Z. He just didn't do it the right way. And like Nice Guy said, you have the movement and then you got the, you know, doing business as, because the doing business as has a lot of corruption has been pointed out about that aspect of it. So, you know, he just may be trying to bring attention to that and just did it the wrong way. And, you know, then we're here now, you know, so there's a lot of different angles that you could come at with it.
Let me ask this question. Everything that Kanye West doing, we weighed all the music, the entertainment, the fashion, the White Lives Matter shirt, that jacket he wore with the Dixie flag on it. Everything he's doing, when you put it all on a scale, is he more beneficial or is he a hindrance to the black community as a whole?
He's a hindrance because he's so much confusion.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're confusing it. Like, for instance, if he was trying to bring attention to the corruption of the Black Lives Matter brand, then he did it the wrong way. He didn't explain himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Let's get First Lady's Jade perspective on Kanye West, sister. How you feel? A sister, how you feel about Kanye West? He makes beautiful music. Some people call him a genius. Some people call him an idiot. Some people hate him. Some people love him. First Lady, as the lady on the show, how do you feel about that black king?
Let me tell you this about the Black Queen. Excuse my language, but technically he can sit on my middle finger and rotate.
Damn!
Woo!
Shot fired.
He had the wrong person design his shirt. I should have designed his shirt. He should have let me do the WLM shirt. Because it should have said Wonton Lucifer Madman. That's all I have to say.
God damn.
Now, when you rotate, is that clockwise or
It depends on if you got the North Pole or the South Pole.
Now, you have the Queen, Lady J, her perspective on.
I didn't know you was gonna eviscerate him like that, sister.
but I want to say this as well about Kanye West. Like, to be like, we do show prep, and I never want to talk about Kanye West because he's getting what he wants. Exactly. This is what he wants. He wants attention. We are talking about it. It'd be so egregious, so outrageous. That's where he's sitting in the mansion, like, yeah, the money's just flowing in. He got his ugly clothes, the bags of trash, the stupidity, and people are just eating it up like pigs in a trough. That's what these consumers are, dude.
But not us.
I'm not in none of that. Of course, we ain't got the money for all that crap with a hole in his t-shirt, $600. Look at his catalog. It's outrageous. Of course, we ain't.
Hey, let me say something, Floyd. Yes, we gotta stop making excuses for Kanye the coon. I'm sorry.
Hey, give me a minute, man. Let me look up Wonton Lucifer. What's the last word you said, sister? Madman. Wonton Lucifer Madman. God damn. Okay. I need to figure this one out. Okay. Damn. With JC. Did you say something about it? Did you speak on him?
Nah, man. My take on this is like, I'm not understanding his artistic point of view.
You said autistic or artistic?
Woo! Yeah, whatever you just said. You know what I mean? Whatever you just said. You know?
No. That was like a joke. I'm clowning.
Double sword. That was a double-edged sword.
Yeah, that was a double sword for Kanye. Go ahead,
Go ahead. Sorry. You know, his information he putting out is confusing to the younger generation. And I think that's something he really needs to pay attention to because he is a role model for a lot of these kids out here. And I mean, the choices he's making, it's hard to keep up with what he's trying to tell us. You know what I mean? I do think something is not right with him upstairs. But at the same time, you know, it's millions in making views, right? So I mean, that's a hustle. And like my other co-host just said, he's sitting back at the house just watching the money flow in, and we all biting on it because we all talking about it.
Man. Hey, it's like one time Ty Dolla $ign said he woke up in the morning and he said, I made $1 million while I was sleeping. Imagine what Kanye West is doing just off this stupidity that we're all feeding into. It is a hot topic. We're all feeding into it, and them dollars is raining. It's raining. Go ahead.
And I don't care about his money. You know what I'm saying? He can. I ain't trying to mess with nobody's money. He can make all the money he wants to make. I'm just saying, but the dude is a problem. I mean, you sitting here. If you wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, they ain't no White Lives Matter organization. So you identifying with the sentiment. I mean, these people act like they can't understand the concept. We don't gotta say White Lives Matter because y'all lives matter to y'all. Woo. We know that blue lives matter to them. That's not the issue. Apparently, they don't know our black lives should matter because they're the ones doing all the crazy stuff to us. And then he's wearing that shirt with Candace. I forget what her last name is.
Candace Owens. Candace Owens.
So, I mean, that's two people that...
Black Queen.
There's two people I wouldn't mind disappearing off the face of the planet.
And one of the other models that had...
Hold on. As well was, Born Allah, real quick. I just want to point out, I want my co-host to take note from Born Allah. I'm as a producer, when Born Allah does like this, he's about to go in. So it's like, I just want y'all to take note.
You know I'm coming, right?
He giving me cues as a producer. I'm like, okay, I got to focus on Born Allah. He about to go in. Let's go, Born Allah.
I was going to point out that one of the other models that was in there wearing one of those T-shirts is Lauryn Hill's daughter as well.
Oh wow!
The sister with the long dreads and stuff.
And Erykah Badu's also.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me take a note. Cancel Erykah Badu.
Erykah Badu seems a little crazy too.
Yeah. But as far as Candace Owens goes, I take the same position that Dave Chappelle took. Y'all remember that joke he said about her? Do y'all remember?
Go ahead, say it. No, we don't, nigga.
$5.
I can't say it. I don't want to just spend that $5. Look it up. Look it up.
But is there something about her vagina being like a toxic or something? Or
Yeah.
that ruin careers?
Yeah. He said,
All
I
right,
bet.
we
Yeah, I ain't gonna
didn't
say. I ain't gonna
dissect it enough on Mr. Kanye West. The funny thing I did see about that
Kanye
T-shirt,
waste. Facts.
somebody
I like
took
that.
out the V. Somebody took out the V in White Lives Matter, and it said White Lies Matter. And I was like, whoa.
Most Def did that.
Most
That's
I
definitely.
was like,
Yeah, that was Most
that was
Def.
clever.
That's a good one. That's
yeah,
a good one. That's
yeah, that was a good way to counter that shirt. You know what I mean? We're gonna jump into this next topic. When your back is against the wall, what's your choices?
Woo. Who are you? When you're back against the wall, who are you? Are you a stand up? Are you gonna fold and take that ass whipping? Or are you gonna stand tall and fight back?
$5.
$5. $5. Oh, god damn it. Let's go.
$5.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
This time it came in, man. I would love to come into the subject. Actually, when y'all sent me the subjects and I saw this come up, man, this one probably struck the chord with me the most. And I'm not sure if y'all know this. I was recently shot. Back in July. I caught a couple of shells, man. So this actually struck a chord with me, man, because my back was against the wall. And it's really about your mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us as people, you know, when we get in these positions, it's all in your mind, you know. And I would like to reflect on a book that I read, and it's called The Secret Science by John Baines. And the way he explains it is that he says God is the great mind, and all it wants to do is provide for you. That's all it wants to do. But it does not distinguish between good and bad. It just gives you what's on your mind. So when you get into these situations, man, and, you know, for instance, you know, the depression, or if you broke and all you're hindering on is that, damn, I'm broke. What am I going to do? I'm broke. The great mind just gives you more of that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, you have to put yourself in the mindset. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. The thought is the creator of all things. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's here that didn't come from a thought. So when you're able to control your thoughts, you know what I'm saying, you're able to control your realities. So like when I got popped, you know, I went through a depression, you know what I'm saying, because it was crazy, because people had to do everything for me and everything. So it was really hard for me mentally, because I'm a man's man, you know what I'm saying? You know, and to be humbled like that, to where I had to count on people, my children, and people to take care of me and everything, you know, it was really hard. But a lot of this is about your mind state. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself in the mindset of success. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hinder on the negative, because that's all you're going to get more of. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself in a certain kind of mind state in order for things to be better. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this just struck a chord with me, man, because as a man thinketh, so shall he be. So, you know, a lot of people will call it prayer. Some people call it meditation. Whatever it is, it's just the channeling of thoughts. And sometimes you have to, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in a certain mindset to overcome things. Because what you have to realize is that as a 5%, I teach that we make our own devils. And to explain that term is that you create your opposition soon as you set your goal.
Damn.
Hear what I'm saying? Because it goes hand in hand.
Opposition
you create the opposition as soon as you set your goal. Because when you have a goal set, there's certain things that you have to overcome in order to reach the goal. So therefore, they walk hand in hand. As we say in the nation, God and devil walk hand in hand. Because
knowledge God, wait. Knowledge God, wait. Knowledge God.
It's an overload. Overload.
Yeah. Wait, what you got to say, Mr. Flex?
Hey, I just want to say, this is the whole point. The whole reason I said we need 2 hours, because when we're bringing this brother on, I said we're going to have some good information. We need 2 hours with this brother. We can't do it in an hour. The knowledge this brother dropping, born alive, with the daddy grace, man, brother, this is deep, bro. What'd you say?
No, I appreciate you, man. You know, and those are the things that we have to consider, man. You know what I'm saying? God and devil walk hand in hand, and you create your own opposition, because the word devil or the word Satan comes from a Latin word which means obstacle in your path.
Obstacle.
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. Stop. My brother is getting hyped up. He about to join the nation again.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother Floyd. Hey, on post, brother. On post. Yes, sir. On post.
We got a cousin from Brooklyn. He called Floyd and he called him Farrakhan. He like, damn, Farrakhan, you bringing it back, man.
Oh, man, brother. That brother dropped his knowledge, brother.
Right.
I appreciate it.
We just have to consider that, man. It's just things, we have to realize that there's an equality that exists, and it's a balance. So when you consider these things, like, you have to realize that a lot of times your opposition is the testimony of how great your goal is. Because if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Right. I don't want to cut you off again, but a few people on the show came with this title, Back Against the Wall. Let's let other people eat. Can other people eat, Born Allah?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, my man. I told you I'll go straight Stevie Wonder on you, man. You just gotta cut me off.
Hey,
I know the producer over there got a mute button. I know the producer got a mute button. Just hit the mute button, and I know to shut up, man.
All right, go ahead. Where y'all at? Who want to speak? Lady J, JC.
I speak since this is a topic that I came up with. And I came up with this topic for multiple reasons, because over the past week, I have been dealing with so many people who felt like their back was up against the wall, and they were like calling me, like asking me, how do you do it? How do you deal with it? Because a lot of people know how I've had cancer twice, and I had lupus, and then I'm dealing with my dad with his cancer on top of my own personal issues. Then I'm being an unlicensed therapist to others, and I always tell them, you either gonna fight or flight, meaning you're gonna stand there and throw your deuces up and go with the punches, or you gonna flight, take off, and run. And for me, I'm not running from nothing. I'm gonna stand there and I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna stand on that battlefield and do what I need to do to stand up. There are a lot of things. Life throws us all kinds of curveballs to where we feel like there's no escape. But nothing beats a failure but a try. So if we don't stand up and fight for ourselves and fend for ourselves, then we will be defeated. And I'm one of those that refuse to be defeated on all levels.
Woo, that's right.
Horn, please.
Horn, please.
Goddamn El Poo. We both trying to give a horn. We negating each other.
That was the remix.
Y'all went straight Dizzy Gillespie and shit.
Yeah, negating each other.
We're gonna have to get some Focus Up horn trophies.
We need to focus up on some horn trophies.
You're gonna have a little stick. You're gonna have them stickers on your helmet.
Y'all should keep a horn score. Y'all should keep score, like how many horns got a host get.
First lady said she already won.
Yeah, he's already won.
Oh boy, I already won.
Come on here and take all the horns.
Hey man,
yeah, I see.
Go ahead, JC.
Yeah, with the fight or flight situation. To back against the wall. Yeah, it's like you on the level 4 yard, stuff about to go down. You got to handle the first thing coming your way. First thing close to you, you deal with it. Any situation, you just sit back and you analyze it, and you figure it out. Instead of just saying, okay, I'm finna go the other route, tap out, go do some drugs, try to forget about it, when you ain't gonna forget about it because it's gonna still be relevant. You know what I mean? When you sober up. So, I don't really believe in when things are going bad, you make things worse. I really don't believe in those tactics. And that's when a lot of people choose to tap out and they choose to go the other route instead of just dealing with the situation at hand. If you need to go out and get extra resources to try to help you figure out the situation you're dealing with, you need to do so. A lot of people tend to, sit back and act like they can handle it on their own, and they can't, and you can see it when a lot of people just committing suicide. You see it when a lot of people sitting around, and as you're progressing in their life, you see them deprogressing. And, we have friends that's going through those type of situations right now,
Real talk.
That's
man. I mean, back against the wall, I tried my best, and I know my older brother used to tell me, man, you sit there, you protect it because you put a hedge around you. That's how you avoid situations. And I like to believe that I set my stuff up to where I don't have to have my back against the wall. But the reality is something gonna come up where you it's unavoidable, where you're gonna have to fight. And you got to stand tall like a man and fight, especially men. I think women too. Women, you got to stand tall, fight too. You fight for that marriage. You know what I'm saying? Fight for that marriage. Of men and women, fight for your marriage. Stand tall. When you're back against the wall, you think you're in the corner. Stay fighting. Stay fighting. That's how I look at it. And I J-Walk say taking all fades. I'm taking all fades from all anybody put me back against the wall. I'm taking all fades.
Right.
Yes, sir.
El
You
Pooh,
muted, Walk. You muted. Can't hear you.
El Pooh, what you got?
I mean, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm still here. I went through a whole lot of times when my back was up against the wall, and of course I had to fight. I mean, I had no choice. I mean, I don't know anything else but to fight. It seemed like I was born with my back up against the wall. So,
Right?
Damn.
Just what Floyd just said. Don't give up. Don't give up.
It's not an option.
When you give up, that's when you defeated. Yeah.
Yeah, not an option, man.
Well, I'll say that my philosophy is I'm not gonna let it get to my back against the wall. I always think about one of the movies that influenced me as a youngster was this movie called The Incredible Shrinking Man. I remember there was a scene in there where he was dealing with this spider, and he was like, I'm only gonna get smaller and smaller. I better go deal with this now while I'm at this size. And that's how I always use that as an analogy. I want to deal with something. I want to deal with something at my greatest strength. I'm not trying to deal with it on the back end, from a position of weakness. So I aggressively seek those things out and try to conquer those, on their field.
Hey, guess what, Mr. Smart Guy? Guess what? Hey, I love that one, man.
Let me ask a question though. But sometimes things are unpredictable. Things just happen. You can't plan for everything.
You can't control it. Yeah, and I don't mean that as a knock. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just find yourself up against the wall. But I'm a type of person that's always trying to think about the next step, and anticipate. So
the jewel was when he said, "Let me deal with it now while I still at this strength." That's some beautiful S right there.
That movie had an impact on me. I think about that all the time.
I remember that. He was fighting him. He had that pencil. He was fighting him with the pencil. I remember that movie.
This now.
Yeah. That's a good one, man.
Incredible Shrinking Man. Y'all talk about some crap from the 60s,
black and white
70s.
And the funny thing about it, I thought he had it wrong because I'm thinking The Incredible Shrinking Woman. But the remake.
Later, yeah.
That was the remake. I didn't know there was a Shrinking Man and shit. I'm about to go on Netflix.
Oh, you gotta see that, man. You gotta
Actually, I thought it was a Viagra commercial.
Wait, one more.
That's funny, man.
Wait, okay. Segue. I researched it. Christopher Scarver killed one person. The other one ran out. He got away.
But he killed. Well, I think I was listening to y'all earlier. The misunderstanding was when he killed Dorner, he killed another person.
No. We talking about before he went to jail, when he went to prison.
I know.
think that's what he's talking about.
But that's what I'm saying. It was a confusion because he killed two people. He killed Dorner and another person in prison that same day.
He killed three people there.
Totally. Jaywalk, slow down.
He got three bodies.
Slow down. Yeah, you're talking too fast. Go ahead, First Lady. What you gonna say, real quick?
I said I thought he killed Jesse Anderson as well.
Yes, that's the one he killed in prison. It was Jesse Anderson and Dorner. He killed those two on the same day, same time. Okay, so Jaywalk was. Hold on. Go ahead, Walk. Go ahead. What you got?
Okay.
You got notes.
Okay, wait. June 1st, 1990, he killed Steve Loman, his former boss, who promised to give him a promotion but didn't give it to him. That's when he went to confront him.
Like people who take our job serious.
1992, he was convicted and got a life sentence. November 29th, 1994, Christopher Scarver killed Jesse Anderson and Dahmer at Columbian Correctional Institution.
Okay.
So I told y'all, you got a computer in your hand.
So he killed a total of 3 people, right? He got 3 life sentences, right?
He got 3 bodies.
So he got a total of 3 people dead.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where the miscommunication, because he killed. It sounded like when y'all was talking earlier that y'all was saying that he killed 2 people on the outside when he really killed 2 people on the inside.
That's what I accused him of. My research was incorrect because I said, I was referring what got him in jail in the first place, and I thought it was 2 people. So Walker corrected me. It was only 1 gentleman that he killed on the outside, and then 2 on the inside. I stand corrected.
That's that steel sharpening steel stuff right there, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm not always right, just the majority of the time, brother.
That's right.
All right, y'all,
leave Nick Cannon alone.
He said, "Leave Nick." Hey, Jaywalk. Hey, Mr. Nice Guy. Jaywalk missed that. When you said that joke, I was listening.
Jaywalk, leave Nick Cannon alone.
It went over his head.
What?
You was like, he's a hero because he raised his son. He was not present in his son's life, but he did a good job. You called him a hero, but you criticizing Nick Cannon.
Yeah,
that shit went over your head when he said that shit.
That's what I said. He's apparently doing it from a long distance type situation.
Man, I never said he a good dad.
Hey.
Ooh, yeah, I never.
I know that. I'm not. Yeah, we're not talking about that.
Good father. I never
we're
said
talking about the ability to be a good father.
No, I never said that. I never said that. I said he a hero because he saved his son. See,
all I'm saying
Nick Cannon ain't no hero. If
all
Nick
I'm saying
Cannon
is
hero,
that
I'm
you
a
gotta
hero.
watch Mr. Nice Guy. He got some in the clip. Look at him, bobbing and weaving. He got him in the clip waiting. Say something. I got you, nigga. Negro.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna jump into this next topic right quick. Are people still having one night stands?
Watch this.
Go. A panel full of married people. Let's go. No.
I'm divorced twice. Watch out. This is my
that's
topic.
the answer right there.
Exactly.
Can we first define a one night stand? Because like me, a one night stand is I knock it down and I never speak to you again. Not knocking it down on the first night. That's a totally different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing.
One night stand is that I hit and I don't speak to you anymore.
Yeah.
Let me, because I wanted to define this because this topic came to mind because I have a friend of mine, a female friend, who was like, I want to have a one night stand. She didn't say this to me, of course, but she was saying that she was talking about a one night stand. And she thought, well, hold on, she thought she had a one night stand. I was like, that ain't a one night stand. That's not a one night stand. This is a person you was talking to on the phone, then y'all linked up and y'all did it. And you thought about you had a one night stand because you're not going to have sex with them again. That was not a one night stand. This where I come from the perspective of one night stand. I met you tonight. I knocked it down. I'm talking about some old school military. I was in the Navy for. Stop playing. That's the one night stand. We met, and then that's a wrap. And if I see you again somewhere in passing, it's like, hey, I know you from somewhere. To me, that's a one night stand. She thought she had a one night stand. I'm like, that ain't no one night stand, girl. That was somebody. That was like a long distance relationship more so. Yeah.
All right. So are people still doing that? One night stand.
We got monkeypox going on out here, and COVID. Are people? Does it still exist? Hell yeah. People still having one night stands. People still knock themselves down. And how did Born Out Loud say? What did you say, my brother? What did you say, my brother?
Which one?
You was like, never see you or call you again.
Oh yeah, never see you, call you again. Yeah, you know that's the definition of a one night stand to me. It's like, hey, I seen you. You know, it's that Cancun thing. You know what I'm saying? I knock. You know how it be when you used to go to Cancun in May. Do they still do that in May in Cancun?
I don't know. I'm thinking Vegas. Like what happens in Vegas?
Oh
stays.
yeah,
Like,
you know.
yeah.
I didn't been in Phoenix, and you know, you can pick your
What
state.
happened in Phoenix stays in Phoenix, and what happens whatever state or city I go to stays there.
Yeah, what happened to Snooty? What happened to the Snooty Fox stayed in the Snooty.
Hey, I'm gonna bring y'all. Hey, 1994. What happens? Who I met on the Metro bus or the RTD at the time is stayed on the RTD bus. Y'all dealing with the wrong one on here.
I don't know, you know, I don't know
37.
if people still doing it. I think it might be a young thing. I don't know if people out in traffic getting down like that. I mean, you know, me, I'm old school and stuff. You know, I'm running the rosters. I've been running, you know, I'm doing these short-term contracts and shit, and, you know, keeping it pushing.
I like that. Short-term contracts. I like that.
I like that too.
Oh shoot, you
I'm
talking
gonna
about the
adopt
youngsters.
that.
They got apps now for that type of stuff, so it's
What?
probably even easier. I mean, you know, like those Tinder and whatever. So I mean, you know,
Word,
you know, they got technology.
Okay.
word.
Yep.
You know,
Hey,
I think
I
they're
gotta-
doing it, man. People
I
always risking it.
got two sons, older sons that's over 18. I got a 21-year-old and a 24-year-old. Yeah, it's still out there. It's still popping. But you just got to protect yourself and be safe out here in these streets. That's just what it is. It's a lot of stuff floating around that people ain't talking about. We got HIV, we got gonorrhea, syphilis, and my favorite, herpes, the gift that keeps on giving. I like to say that. But it's a lot of stuff going on. You gotta protect yourself. Yeah, it is my favorite. Yeah, to talk about. To talk about. Calm down with your sniper rifles, brother. Calm down. Not everything I'm talking about.
Get your papers.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey,
I was at the VA yesterday.
I got 2 daughters. I hope nobody's out there doing what.
See, and this is why I like to speak about it freely, because there are topics that people just don't talk about no more. You don't hear about HIV. HIV ain't went nowhere. HIV is still around. And people talk about COVID. Some people think that HIV has been cured.
It's not cured, but it's manageable now. I mean, it's not a death sentence.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So would you rather have COVID or HIV?
I want neither of them. I'm not messing with neither of them.
Wait, that's a question, a yes or no.
I'm not going to be exposed to
it. You said neither.
Yeah, I want neither of them.
You do know that. No, that's not true, brother.
That I don't want neither of them? Oh, so I do want one of them.
Listen,
what you trying to say?
You said you're not going to be exposed to neither one.
Oh, no, that's true. I'm saying I'll have a greater chance of being exposed to one another. Technically, yes, you're right. Because, you know, theoretically, I have a spouse. I go to a doctor. I get an injection or something like that. Everybody's theoretically exposed to something, possibly. But I'm just talking about, you know, as far as COVID. First of all, COVID is way less dangerous than AIDS, I would think. You know, I mean, you can manage COVID too after a fashion.
But you just said it's manageable, like it's not a death sentence.
No, it is manageable. People like AIDS nowadays. If you do the education, man, people are living way longer with that disease now than ever before. Like
they got cocktails.
Yeah, like it's a lot of things now. Like as far as you know, people being able to live with the disease for long periods of time and living, you know, long lives. I mean, they have
This is exactly the reason why I like to bring this to everyone's attention, because just from what you're saying right there, Mr. Bourne and TS, people are acting like it don't exist anymore just because it's more manageable. A lot of within the gay community and HIV, people who have HIV, they say Magic Johnson was the worst thing that happened to HIV, because you see Magic Johnson still doing his thing and he's still out there, and it's like, oh man, HIV is not that big of a deal. It is.
I think the point you're missing, Mr. Walk, is like the way the TS, you gotta be careful when you say cocktails, because to a drink they like, oh, they got cocktails. Oh shit, let me get some of that. But when they say it's safer, they saying in a sense that you less likely to die from it. And I know you want to point the fact out that AIDS is still there, but when as we get new science that lessens the what they call the finality or the death rate of it, you more inclined. It's like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I remember hearing that people are still having sex with partners that they know have AIDS because they know how to prevent it from getting it. So it's people out there that's having sex with people that got AIDS and they know they got
Got
AIDS.
HIV, not AIDS. Let's
Okay.
not confuse
Yeah,
the
it's
two
a
good
difference.
with HIV.
Yeah,
It's a
very,
big difference.
very big difference.
And then also they have these drugs now. You can see them advertised where they say, "Hey, we could get you to being undetectable," meaning a regular test won't detect it no more. And shit. And they say when you're undetectable, you're less likely to spread it. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a different situation in dealing with it. Of course, none of us want it no more, you know, and all that other stuff. But AIDS, HIV is two different things, and HIV is a lot more treatable and can be treated the best now compared to any time in history when it first came out. Like you said, it's not the death sentence that it was when it first came out.
Let me ask the question: who's best qualified to distinguish the difference between AIDS and HIV on this panel? Who feel they know enough?
Me.
Go.
Here's the reason why.
Let's go.
Because
Speak
I
on it.
know two people who have HIV. I know two people who have HIV.
What's the difference?
The difference is, wait, hold on. You
Yeah, okay, let me take
HIV becomes AIDS when your HIV is considered AIDS when your T cells go down below a certain level.
Well, AIDS is a condition. The virus is one thing. It's sort of like, you know, SARS, whatever, is the thing that spreads COVID. If you get sick, then you actually have COVID. You know what I'm saying? So there's two things. There's the thing that transmitted that can kick it off, and then there's the thing that's actually kicked off.
Mm-hmm. I bowed out. Y'all kept talking.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put a disclaimer. None of us here is qualified to speak on the difference. We know there's a difference, but none of us know the facts. You know what I'm saying? So we can't speak on it. We just saying, be careful. Don't get AIDS. Don't get HIV. Be safe. Avoid. Wear a condom. What else? Anything else?
Abstain.
Abstain.
Are we saying not to have one night stands?
No. We saying don't be kissing these chicks and wear a condom. Don't be kissing. Nobody kiss each other.
Hey, look, one night stands. One night stands. Does that consist of exchanging numbers?
No.
Nah,
I think Boy La La laid it out fine. When you go to a city, you meet a girl and you meet a person and y'all do what you do, and then that's the end of it.
And that's it.
I think that's a clear definition of a one night stand. So yeah, that's where we at with the one night stands. So
I agree on that.
So I guess we know people are still having one night stands, and we just our advice is be safe, avoid the diseases, wear a condom, abstain, and like we taught, our teaching last week was a vasectomy is the best. What was the word? The
best way to prevent abortions.
Abortions. Okay, so I guess a vasectomy not gonna prevent AIDS, HIV. It's not. Sorry, you're gonna still be out there, and you know, like we learned last week. Not saying no names. Somebody got a vasectomy and had sex the same night. That was some crazy ill shit. That was some ill shit. You had a vasectomy and had sex the same day. That's some ill shit right there.
Wait. Now I am an expert on that.
Hey, what you say, Boy La La?
I said that sounds painful, man. Y'all can't see my hands, but when you said it, I was like, made me uncomfortable and shit.
That night.
Hey, so where we at, Mr. JC? We at the end of the line, huh?
Yes, sir. Okay. We at the end of the situation we dealing with.
Okay. I would like to take the time out to let's focus in on Mr. Born Allah. You know, most of us on here went to school with the brother. We know the brother, and I just want to put it out there. Like, I met him. I was in the 10th grade. I believe he was a senior at the time, right? And before I got to Hamilton High School, our alumni, he used to battle me and Jay Walk's older brother Durock. And you know, Durock used to come home and he used to tell us the epic stories about Lord Mustafa. That was his name
Lord
at the
Mustafa
time,
at the
Lord
time.
Mustafa. And Mustafa, I looked it up. Mustafa means the chosen one.
Yes, it
So,
does.
yes, sir. So he used to battle Duroc. And when our brother died, Duroc, rest in peace, he passed away, and I went to Hamilton. I felt obligated as his young brother to take on his competitors. And I'm going to say this straight up to the point. Lord Mustafa did not have to battle me. He'd be like, get out of here, young boy. But I think out of respect, and this is my belief, and I'm holding it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe out of respect for my older brother, he gave me the opportunity. Okay, so we used to battle back and forth, and as a young person, you're going to always say you won. But as a grown man, truthfully, I'm going to say, you know what? He probably won all those battles. It was fun to do, though. You get there, we start rapping. It's a big ass circle around us, and we rapping. I'm gonna say what I got. He gonna say what he got, and he used to walk around with a walking stick and a kufi. Lord Mustafa was no joke. Hey, Babyface chiming in because Babyface was the one that brought me to Lord Mustafa. You're like, hey,
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
I just Babyface just chimed in saying the battles. He said I was a living witness. No, but let me tell y'all, man.
Well, I want to say this, Born Allah.
Walk. Hold on. Let Born Allah speak on it.
No, I just have to say, man, that Duroc was definitely an adversary, and he made me better. Like I had to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't, he kept me on my toes. And so it's like that competitiveness and knowing that he could always come and hit the corner, like, what it do, fool? You know what I'm saying? Like that kept me or my point, that made me better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think without experiences like that, battling him, I think the Three Musketeers back in the day, Joker J, like it's those relationships and those battles and stuff, man, that really helped me hone my skills. And I probably would have never got that record deal when I graduated if I didn't have those experiences, man. So big up to Duroc, just making me be better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I want to say this, Born Allah.
Yes, sir.
I battled your protege. I took his head off.
Who? Which one? Jam and D?
Jam and D. Yeah.
Wait, Jam and D is your protege?
Yeah, that's the son of Lord Mustafa, man. Yeah,
whoa! I never knew that.
The son of Lord Mustafa, man.
Oh,
me and him used to have French class together, man, sitting there writing raps and stuff like that, man. Jam and D was my protege back in the day, man. I was like my little man and shit, man. I can't believe you begged me to hear that, man.
Shout out to Jam and D, man. Main Street. And what's the name of their crew? The Menace Clan.
Menace Clan.
Shout out to Jam and D, man.
Where you at, Jam and D?
He ended up getting signed to he ended up getting signed to he was on Rap a Lot.
Yeah, the Menace Clan. Him and Walnut. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man,
come on. It was some
what you
real
say,
talent
JC?
that came out of there.
You say him and the homie Walter.
Yeah, that was cool, man. That was
Walnut, baby.
That was cool. Look. Yeah, man. Hey, I just want to say I appreciated that. Duroc. Oh, hold on. We got this is Babyface. Babyface was supposed to be El Duroc, if I'm not mistaken, right? JC, he's a historian on that. He could probably elaborate better. That was supposed to be Go ahead, Mr. JC. What'd you say about that?
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah,
okay.
He was a little rock.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what that was. Then you got L was Tiny Duroc or?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm putting him on the spot. But Duroc had a long lineage. He was respected, and he was Duroc was a real one. I'm gonna put it out there. He was a little boy gangster crip.
LBG, baby.
LBGC. Yep, he was out there. He did his shit. Duroc was no joke, and I'm glad, proud to be his little brother. I know my older brother Diamond D said that was his best friend or his homie, and they was really close, and much love to each other and all that stuff.
But I appreciate y'all bringing that history, man. Bringing up that history. That y'all touched my heart with that, man. R.I.P. to my man Duroc. Like I said, he made me help mold the MC that I am today, man. So I salute to him, man, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
So much for the Hamilton Yankees. Robinson Boulevard.
he used to get me in trouble in algebra class all the time too. So
Hey, I wanted to address the shooting, brother. Let's dive into that. Give us detail whatever you can say about it. How you want to speak on it. I would never thought Born Allah got shot, brother.
I know, right, man? I wait to get over 50, man, to finally catch my shells, man.
Damn.
You know, people are cowards, man. You know what I'm saying? And I was in a situation, man, and I was popped by somebody that I knew, grew up with.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, you know, so it was definitely a heck of an experience, man. But you know, shit, you know, things happen, my people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still dealing with it. It's real fresh, you know. Like I just was shot on July 31st. Had a couple of surgeries. I actually got some more surgery on my hand I got to do. So I got hit in the leg.
You said July 31st of 2022?
Yeah, just a couple of months ago. This just happened.
Wow.
This just happened, my dude.
yeah, nah,
This
because
just happened.
Paxton texted me and I was like, whoa. So I reached out and sent a text to you, but you know.
Yeah, I think you might have had the wrong number. I know a couple of people had
Yeah,
the wrong number.
I know your number changes all the time, so
I know, right? I know.
Hey, that tour life, huh?
Hey.
Tour life.
But you know, it's definitely an experience, man. You know, it was humbling. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm a man's man. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to do something like that, especially somebody you know, I think I would have been easier to deal with if it was just some random dude out in the street. But this was somebody like, just to give you a concept of the relationship, the dude who popped me, I'm his son's godfather.
Damn.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it goes that far back, you know what I'm saying? So I can't give a lot of information, you know what I'm saying, but things is out there. But you know, it happened and I'm getting better, man. But you know, I'll segue into this, man. Mental health is a real thing, you know what I'm saying? I had to really, you know, get my head right in dealing with it to where now that I could actually speak about it and stuff like that. But you know, sometimes we have to have mental health is about sometimes going to speak to someone who doesn't have a dog in the race.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
To
sir.
be able
clarity
to
comes
speak
from
to,
that.
yeah. So you have to think because a lot of times when you are communicating with different people, they're choosing sides. Either they're for you or they're for the other person. But sometimes you need to speak to someone who, like I said, doesn't have a dog in the race, that doesn't have any interest in the situation. A lot of times that's when the greatest release comes. You know what I'm saying? So brothers need to make sure that they, you know, on their mental health, man, as far as doing that, because it was something that I had to do because, like I said, I'm a man's man, so I was never comfortable with, you know, people being in my business, you know, even going back to my first relationship with my baby moms. I never wanted to go to the courts because I didn't want no white judge telling me how to deal with my woman and my children. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as black men, we have these resentments, you know what I'm saying, about, you know, bringing in these third parties, man. But sometimes when you're dealing with your mental health, you need to bring in somebody who just is not invested, you know what I'm saying, in the situation, you know what I'm saying, that can give you just sometimes that you could just bounce it off of and shit, you know what I'm saying, and just be able to say it. So, and that's why I'm in the position now where I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting stronger. I'm still on crutches right now, but you know, I'm getting back though, man. I'm coming back hard as still. It's
Glad
gonna
you're
take a
healthy
lot
and
more.
alive, brother.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, I had
Absolutely.
a question.
Wait. Hold on, JC.
I had
Real
a
quick.
question.
Real quick. Sorry, JC. Let me say this real quick.
Well, ask him who shot him, nigga. Don't
No,
say
listen.
that.
Listen. Listen.
Vlad.
Stop. You messing up my joke, nigga. Whenever we have a rapper on the show, I like to play Vlad. And I want to ask you, do you have any crimes or stuff you want to confess so we can get it on record? And we're gonna send this to the FBI. Anything you want to confess?
Well, based off of the statute of limitations, there's a lot of things that I'm not able to tell you.
I'm just playing.
But,
Go ahead, Mr. Jason.
But I know this show is going to blow up. So have me on in a year or two. I'm sure I have a story or two that I can tell you that's outside of the statute of limitations.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, but on this note, I wanted to ask my boy a question. Seeing that you're dealing with internal affairs, how would you go about, you know, dealing with that situation? Seeing that, you know, it was the father of your godson that did it. How are you going about dealing with that?
You know,
Because I know
You
retaliation is not in the cards, right?
yeah, it's just too close. You have to. There was the blessing of it was is that it was in front of a lot of people, so I don't really have to say much. You know what I'm saying? The
Okay.
other people is going to, give whatever details need to be given and stuff like that. So,
Man,
That's
you
the
know,
same
so
sort of that's sort of the same situation that Beanie Siegel went through. How
mhm,
he got shot by his brother-in-law. Like it was like nothing to do with him, and it was so many people there. It was like that he lost a lung because of the situation, which was
right.
crazy. But that's just how
Well, how
life
you
is, and
feel?
God
I had a
bless
question
that
for
you
my
survived the
boy again.
situation.
hmm
Okay, boy, how do you feel not being able to retaliate?
It's
Right?
What you trying to hype him up?
Man,
No, I'm
no,
just
man.
because I
I
mean,
don't think the brother even
what?
want to talk about it
No,
this way.
I mean,
you have
it's a
to
deep
Black Lives
subject.
Matter, JC. Black Lives
right.
Matter. Come on.
You have
You don't
to
want no get back? No.
motherfucker shoot you in the leg and you
But as we get older, we got to learn how to process these things without
you do,
retaliating in a way
man.
that
You
puts us
do.
in a worse situation.
You know what it is. And initially, my thing was the street thing, but the
Mm-hmm.
circumstances that it happened is that I wasn't doing no street shit. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? So that had put me in a place where I had to release that I had to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like we was in the hood doing some dirt and you know what I'm saying, it wasn't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a family situation. We all here being civilized and you go and do this. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So, I mean, and motherfucker don't want to squab and shit, so they always resort to this. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you just gotta let these things run its course. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know, you did this in front of everybody, so apparently you willing to deal with it however it's gonna come. So, how they come and go deal with him, they can go deal with him and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it was humbling to me. And when I start talking about mental health, that's half of the things that I have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Is that I can't deal with it the way I wanted, would want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? That I have to, be civilized in a sense and consider,
And it's tough.
it's definitely tough, man, because it's
Hey, excuse me,
and
brother.
I've said this a few times and shit. Yes,
Real
sir.
quick, Mr. JC, you echoing, so I got you on mute. I don't know if you changed anything, but you started echoing, so every time he talking, it's like we hear a reverb. So if you could fix that, brother. Testing. All right.
Copy that.
All right. Go ahead,
So
finish, Mr. Born-in-law.
yeah, so it's just you got to let these things run its course and stuff like that. But my thing is that I didn't want the weight of having to do something to him. You know what I'm saying? Like that comes with weight,
Don't
and
create no problems for
I had to
yourself.
let that exactly. I had to let that go. You know what I'm saying? And not take the responsibility, not take the weight or the risk. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
these are half of the things that I struggle with, you know what I'm saying, mentally, because like I said in the show a few times, I'm a man's man, you know what I'm saying? So, and everybody, we all grew up together, so we know the mentality we come from, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
I feel it's like excuse, I don't want to cut you off, brother, but I
no,
feel
go ahead.
it's like a mentality to where we we grew older and we know like a lot of that stuff we did as younger men was like, man, this is crazy. That's why a lot of times I know with me, I pick my situations. Like it's time stuff happen where I'm like, I'm gonna let this go. Cause I know if I go there, I'm gonna go all the way. I'm going
Hmm.
all the way with situations. I'm up there in age, but you have to choose and make those wise decisions. And obviously, brother, I'm glad you survived your situation that you went through.
Word.
And
Real talk.
it's easy to revert back to the street. Yeah, it's easy to wait. No, it's easy to revert back to the street and do the ignorant stuff, and end up in the box, bro. It's easy to
Yeah.
do that.
I had
Yeah.
to learn how to I took the time out to respond and not react.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah.
Cool.
Good
You know what I'm
stuff.
saying?
Good stuff.
That's really
That's
where it really came from. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? I had to take the time to respond and not react, and not do the reflex. That's that don't take no thought. That doesn't you'll do that automatically and shit.
Facts.
To respond is to take some thought. So And I took time to think about it and shit, man. Being up in the hospital, you know what I'm saying, for that period of time and stuff like that, I had to, take a lot of things. And I ain't even gonna front, it's humbling, and I'm still working through it. You know what I'm saying? But the laws of God, man. So
So,
God is good.
I got a question, brother. Born out law. As far as you say, you are a 5% Nation of
I'm a
Islam.
5%. Yes, sir. Well, I'm
5%.
not a Nation of
Yeah,
Islam. I'm not a
it's
Muslim.
different. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You're
it's
five
different. I'm
percent.
not a Muslim. Yes, I'm a 5%.
So I want to dive in on that and get how did you become a member of the 5%ers?
Actually, it was during the time when my mom couldn't do anything with me no more, and I was a very rebellious child. She sent me to go live with my father, who was at the time lived in the Bronx. And the high school that I went to was very heavily influenced by the 5%. I would say the high school I went to in the Bronx would probably be what Dorsey is to Black Pea Stones. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in there were 5%ers. And at the time, my father was a unregistered Muslim in the nation, so he had already got my eating habits together and stuff like that, and was giving me books, and I was just influenced by the gods. And one of the things about the gods is, and being a 5%er, because we don't consider what we do a religion, we consider this a culture, a way of life. So one of the things that was extremely appealing to me is that you had these young brothers in the school who drank 40s and had all the girls, but they were profound out of their mouth with its knowledge and wisdom. And to me, that would, to only influence that I ever seen before that had the command of that knowledge and wisdom like that was the nation, who were suited and booted, very regimented, very, disciplined men. But you saw these young men who, was in the hip hop, had the gold chains and all that other stuff, but still had command of that knowledge and wisdom. And that was what was appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what attracted me initially to these teachings. And then once I got in there and realized that, the teachings was, I ended up finding out what it really was about, in trying to choose a name. Because initially when I was choosing a name, I had chosen a name that meant one who fears God. And the brother told me, he said, why would you fear God when you are God? And that concept of man being God, that struck a chord with me, man. So when I say that just means that I'm taking responsibility for myself, that regardless what happens, right, wrong, or indifferent, it's based off of my ways, my actions, and my deeds. So that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? So God means supreme being. Supreme is the most high being, is to exist. And you tell the existence by the five senses: see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. Who's more higher than man? And then you have the black man, because from within the black man's body, he has a dominant recessive gene. That's why you know that the black man was first, because every nationality that exists on the planet, a black man that's that same complexion. And Caucasians couldn't be the first people on the planet because they only have a recessive gene. So it's not in their genetics in order to make us. Then that it had to be a black man and not a woman, because man has the X and the Y chromosome. The woman only has the X chromosome. So a woman couldn't be the first people on the planet because they only have the X chromosome, and it's not in their genetics to make man. So that's how that the black man was the first man. And then you have all the natural elements of the periodic table that exist within the black man. Out of 1 million sperm cells shot into my mama, only one of them made it. That's the best. That's the supreme.
Facts.
Well, God damn, that
Luke.
brother. How do you fear God when you are God? God
Yeah.
damn,
So
brother.
it's just
$5.
taking responsibility for
Look.
yourself, man.
$5.
That
We need to fear
whatever
them
happens.
$5.
Whatever happens to you. And this is biblical, you know what I'm saying? If you go into John 10, verse 34, when Jesus was confronted by the Jews, he says, you know of my work, why do you stone me? And the Jews answered to him, we don't stone you for your work, we stone you for blasphemy, for thou being a man calling himself God. And Jesus answered to them, isn't it written in your laws that all ye are gods? And if God has bestowed the law upon them, nobody can break it. And that's in John 10, verse 34. You know what I'm saying? So, and all he's doing is reiterating the Old Testament, which was Psalms 82, verse 10. Psalms 82, verse 6, when it says, ye are gods and all children of the Most High, but you shall die like men and fall like the princes. So, the elements are there. You know what I'm saying? You just have to pay attention to it. That, with all the above is caused by the Son of Man.
Yes, sir. Hey, all right. I want to turn it over to Mr. JC. We at the end of the show. I know Mr.
All
JC.
right, y'all.
Thing.
Well, as
I appreciate
always,
y'all letting me get long-winded on here, man.
Hey, we
Yeah, Mr.
appreciate your
Boy.
long-windedness, brother.
we appreciate having you on the
Absolutely.
show. Hopefully,
Next
we can
time I'm
have
on
you
the
on
show,
shows
Pooh, man,
in
you
the
keep
near
that mute
future.
button real close.
hopefully we can have you on the show in the near future, Born. We appreciate you tapping in with us this morning. And as always,
I
you guys,
appreciate y'all.
First Lady, Mr. Nice Guy, El Pooh, Walk, Mr. X, and as always, Born Allah. We appreciate y'all tapping into the Focus Up Show. Until we meet again, salute.
Next time.
Salute.
Peace.
We out.
Like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe, please.
One
We
more time,
appreciate y'all out there.
let me put the brother information up. We got twitter.com, LA Born Allah, and then we got Facebook Born Allah as Daddy Grace, and then we got Instagram.com Daddy Grace. If you want to learn more from this brother, the brother got a lot of wisdom to share with you. Much respect to you, brother. Thank you for joining the show.
And a great discography. And a great discography.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me.